Hello, my name is
Hello.
Michael. I'm a local artist. Would you be interested in getting your portrait painted?
How much is it?
It's free, and
Oh,
it only take about 20 minutes.
okay, cool.
You're
I'm
down?
down.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
come on, let's do it. I'm set up over there. What's your name and what's your dream?
My name is Janaya. My dream. I just want to create. I just want to create freely. I'm somebody that's like a multifaceted creative.
Yeah,
And I think oftentimes people make you feel like you have to do one thing or you have to start with one thing first. But just want to be able to create freely in the fields and facets that I'd like to without feeling that pressure.
yeah,
And I want my friends to feel the same as well, like the people I'm with to feel the same as well.
yeah. What do you do right now?
I do digital marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I work with Black influencers, and the company I work for, like we cast different Black influencers for like festival campaigns, or like we do different stuff with like different artists. Like we've done stuff with like Amaray, Pink Panthers, so it's really
snap.
dope.
What are like some of the coolest experiences you've had doing that?
Okay, so last year I got to work with Broccoli City in Washington, D.C.
Whoa.
So we were the people that created like their first like influencer campaign, and
Yeah.
we had all Black influencers. So like we got to do this like digital campaign and the on-site campaign, and so I got to go to DC last summer.
Oh, that's cool.
I got to hang out with like the influencers that we worked with. So like Hey Tony TV, Aaliyah's Interlude, like all these great Black creatives, like just being able to hang out with them and be in DC and
Yeah.
do that was really cool.
That's actually amazing because I love seeing when people like really love what they do and when success comes from it. That's always the best thing in the world to see. But usually there's always like hard times as well. So do you have any hard times you've been through to get to where you are today?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like oftentimes you have people that maybe don't see like the vision, or
Yeah.
I'm somebody that's very like colorful and very bold, and maybe people don't necessarily understand you and who you are. So I've come across moments like that.
Yeah.
Even like just being here and being a college student before I had graduated, like, and having to like go through certain hardships, like maybe like 2 years ago I didn't have like a place to live. I was trying to look for an apartment and dealing with like my family and stuff. My mother was sick and dealing with all of that, so that was hard as well, to try to like stay afloat and be able to create out of just purely like creating versus like stressing over like survival.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like butting heads with that, like
What was
internally.
What was like the moment where it was almost, was there like a moment where it was almost like a revelation, like I need to get out of this situation, or did you have some sort of blessing come your way, or how did that happen?
I guess a little bit, but I feel like what got me through that was like support, like having my family there to help me out. I'm my mom's only child, so when she was like sick and in the hospital and having to go through surgeries and stuff, like I felt kind of like alone. But my family like really like swooped in and helped out, even with like finding an apartment. Like my mom still, was helping me like even during that process.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for them, like I probably wouldn't have been able to like get out of that. Even like going to school, like it was hard for me too, because that was like my last year of college, like my last semester, I should say. And so even like just going to school and being with my friends and sorority sisters, like that helped out a lot.
That's awesome. What sorority were you in?
I am in Sigma Gamma
Or
Rho.
are you in? You're in there now?
I'm in there.
Wow.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it for sure.
Is anyone else in your family, were they in the same sorority or anything?
My mom
that's
actually
sometimes.
just joined. Like she actually just joined my sorority.
Just joined?
Yes.
Wait, how does that work?
So she joined in grad chapter.
Oh.
So yeah, you can join like as an undergrad, or you can join like in grad chapter.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, so she ended up joining. But other than that, like, we don't have any like immediate family that is like a part of a sorority or anything like that. I do have like family friends or like distant family that are in other sororities,
Yeah.
or even my like family friend, they are in Sigma Gamma Rho. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that they were in it until like I was like trying to kind of like figure that out like closer to the time of being like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah.
That's cool. It seems like family is like a really important thing to you. At what point did you realize, wow, my family is actually more important than I thought? Because everyone goes through that phase where you're like, my family, embarrassing or something like that. But I love the way you're passionately talking positively about your family. So
I feel like family has always been a constant thing for me. Like, my mom is very like immersed in our family. Like, she literally will talk to anybody who will listen about our family history. So it's always been something like instilled in me. And then even with just me and her, like, it was pretty much just, I grew up with her. I lived with her. So we were solid. Like, we're very, very close. And so I think that dynamic, and also just seeing how she's been with her family, has made me like value that as well. But I've always felt like family is like important. I've always felt like it's important to like keep them close. They've always been supportive of my dreams, like, which has been a huge help for me, like trying
that's
to
the best,
get to
honestly.
get to the dream that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And are you from Houston?
I'm not from Houston.
Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas.
Dallas,
Yeah.
okay.
I like to say I'm from two different places because I was born and raised in like Dallas. I grew up in different areas in Dallas, but like my mom, she's from this small town further south in Texas called Beeville.
Beeville.
Yeah, it's like B-E-E.
Where's that
the
at?
Bees.
Further south.
It's like
Further than Houston?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours from here, 2-3 hours from here, and an hour from Corpus Christi. Really not even an hour.
So it's like closer to the border.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so I lived there as well.
All right, which one do you like better, Dallas or Houston?
Dallas or Houston? Somebody asked me this last night. I like Houston. I feel like only thing though is like when I was talking to the person I was talking to last night, like it was like, do you like, I said, and I'll say it again, I say it all the time, is like I didn't really get the experience of like being grown and like living it up in Dallas. So like I think my perspective of Dallas is more like it's home, like from that childhood perspective. Like I always be like, it's perfect. It's not perfect, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
But Houston, like, there's so many opportunities. There's so many things to do. There's so many like places to explore. A lot of culture here.
Yeah.
Food. And I think as far as like being a Black creative, like I think there's just like so many like spaces that we ourselves are like making in the city. And so I want to be a part of that. So.
Yeah, it's true. I took my aunt and uncle out here from Maryland. They live in the D.C. area like their whole life, and D.C. is pretty diverse. But they came out here and they were like, wow, this is probably one of the most diverse cities I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And it's true. I'll look around sometimes and I'm like, I've never seen the exact same amount of every race in one room before. I'm serious. It's like, it's super diverse out here, but I love it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But Dallas is definitely more corporate seeming than Houston. I've never lived there, but.
That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say like it's corporate. I feel like, I don't know, like, cause for me, like my perspective is like yes, I grew up around Dallas, but like I've also grown up around those like different cities like in the Metroplex. So like there's so many aspects of like the Dallas-Fort Worth area like that I have experienced. Like, so it's like I'm not just getting the corporate, like you get in, all types of different cultures. You're getting all types of different like types of neighborhoods and people. Like at least from my frame of
Yeah.
just Dallas or like Dallas Fort Worth as a whole.
Yeah. So if you had one piece of advice to give to your younger self, what would it be?
I would say be yourself. And if anybody has a problem with that, they could kick rocks. That's also something my mom has always told me, like, who cares, kick rocks. But I think that's just something that I would even say to myself, like, just keep being you and, like, just keep staying the course. And F what anybody got to say if it's not what your heart or your mind is saying.
I like that one. All right. Ready to see it?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Wow. She's kind of hot. Wow, thank you.
No problem.
Oh my God. So good. Wow. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through.
This is so dope.